Hello everyone, my name is Shabir and today I'll be guiding you through the transformation of social and cultural aspects due to the globalization. Let's dive into the topic without further delay. Contents that I'm going to talk today is what is globalization, how does international negotiation connect with globalization, what skill would a manager need at international negotiations, aspect of culture in globalization, do's and don'ts on business negotiation. You cannot change the culture, but you need to change accordingly. What is globalization? Globalization, in similar terms, means that people, businesses, and governments all over the world are connecting and working together. Let's learn about the different types of globalization. Economic globalization means that business and organization work together across the world. Cultural globalization means the people adopt the ways of of other countries and lose their own traditions. Sociological globalization affects people's lives, families, and societies. Geographic globalization is a new way of organizing the world's regions. Financial globalization means that money moves around the world more easily. Political globalization means the governments work together on a global scale. Technological globalization connects to people through the internet and technology. Ecological globalization is about taking care of the whole planet. How does the international negotiation connect with globalization? Negotiations are when people talks and make agreements. These talks show the culture of the people involved. To have successful negotiation, we need a good manager who knows how to negotiate well. What skill would a manager need at international negotiations? Communication, active listening, patience, emotional intelligence, expectation management, adaptability, persuasion, planning, integrity, rapport building, problem solving, decision making. Being a good negotiator means having some important skill, being able to talk and listen well, understanding the other person's point of view, being patient, being tough, but also able to work together, being able to adjust a new situation, being assertive, having a plan, being honest and respectful, developing a good relationship, and being able to solve problems and make good decisions. A successful negotiator is also able to keep promises and avoid making too many promises uh, they can't keep. Aspects of culture in globalization. We'll compare India and America. The movement of people one place to another and the sharing of cultures between different groups can have both good and bad effects. On one on the on one in one hand, it can bring people closer together and help preserve culture heritage. On the other hand, it can also lead to loss of unique culture tradition as countries become more connected to the global economy. India and America have different cultures. The Indian culture is special and in its own values, while the American culture is a mix of many cultures. In India, families are very important, while the American people focus more on themselves. Also, Indian people like stability, while the American people like change. In India, children are raised differently than in the US. In India, they are taught to respect elderly and elderly make important decisions. But in America, everyone make their own decision. Do's and don'ts on business negotiation. Do's in the sense be prepared, understand the bottom line, adopt a friendly approach, hear others out, consider all possibilities. Don'ts in the sense be emotionally involved, undervalue yourselves, avoid an all or nothing mentality after win, don't gloat. undervalue anyone. Before you start talking about business, decide what you want and stick to it. Being nice and friendly can help in negotiations. The most important thing is to listen carefully. Don't let your emotion get in the way of business talks. Even if other people are not friendly, stay calm and polite. A good way to understand a customer's needs is to use 80-20 rule. Negotiation are the about negotiations are about finding a solution that is good for both sides. Don't sell yourself or your company short during negotiations. Don't underestimate your competition, even if they seems weak. A good plan, careful preparation, and positive attitudes are just important as money and size. You cannot change culture, but you need to change accordingly. Culture is made up of many things like language, customs, beliefs, rules, tools, technology, product, and organization. People are part of society and they show their identity through the culture they follow. Cultural changes. Technology has changed the way we talk to people and who we talk to. We can now talk to people from all over the world more easily. Change in society has given people more chances to try new things and have adventures. Because of the culture changes and the world getting smaller, different culture are becoming more alike. For example, in Sri Lanka, people used to wear traditional clothes, but now they wear more modern clothes. Some cultures and their traditions are disappearing because of this. However, the globalization and different cultures coming together has also brought some good changes. For example, people now understand more about hygiene and have stopped using harmful practices. Women can now work and do things like everyone else when they have their period as well. In some cultures, women and children were not allowed to make their own decision, but this is changing now. There are also some negative in to cultural changes. Some cultures and their traditions are disappearing, and some communities are being lost because of the fast pace of modernization. People are also more focused on quick solution for things like food, clothes, relationships. Traditional way of making things are being forgotten, and some languages are not being used as much anymore. In my view, culture changes naturally to survive. Some parts may not change right away, but they will change eventually. The saying you can't change culture, you have to change yourself does not apply today. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Have a good day.